Caveman has something to say to you right now. Most modern humans walking around with fear inside chest, not fear of lion, not fear of tiger, fear of phone ringing, fear of email arriving, fear of car making strange noise, fear of tooth starting to hurt, because modern human knows, one bad day away from disaster. That fear, Caveman knows it. Caveman has seen it destroy tribe after tribe. And today, Caveman fix it forever. 90% of Americans cannot survive $400 emergency without borrowing money or selling something. $400, that is not emergency. That is Tuesday. That is one tire. That is one trip to doctor. That is one broken phone. And 90% of most powerful, most wealthy country in history of human civilization cannot handle it. Caveman sits with that for a moment. Greatest economy planet has ever seen. Humans with smartphones more powerful than computers that sent man to moon. Humans with cars, with streaming shows, with restaurants on every corner. And most cannot survive Tuesday. Something has gone very wrong, and Caveman going to show you exactly what and exactly how to fix it. Because here is what Caveman knows. When you save $17,400, everything changes. Not some things, everything. The way you sleep changes. The way you talk to your boss changes. The way you make decisions changes. The way you feel when you wake up Monday morning changes. $17,400 sounds like big number. Caveman will show you it is not. Caveman will show you it is survival number. It is freedom number. It is the line between modern human who is controlled, modern human who is free. First, Caveman must show you the danger, because if you do not understand danger, you will not move. Humans are strange. They need to feel pain before they act. Caveman tries different way. Caveman shows you pain of others, so you feel it without living it yourself. Smart, yes? Modern human named, let us call him Derek. Derek has good job. Makes $60,000 every year in middle American city. Has apartment, has car, has Netflix, has nice sneakers. Derek feels okay. Not rich, but okay. Derek has maybe $300 in savings account. Not because Derek is stupid. Because Derek never learned. Because nobody taught Derek. Because school taught Derek history of wars and how to find area of triangle, but never taught Derek how to survive financially. Derek thinks he is okay because nothing bad has happened yet. Then one Tuesday, car breaks down. Repair shop says $2,000. Derek does not have $2,000. Derek puts it on credit card. Credit card charges 24% interest. Derek tells himself he will pay it off fast. He does not pay it off fast. Then Derek gets small infection in tooth. Dentist says $1,300 for root canal. Insurance covers half. Derek still needs $650 he does not have. Goes back on credit card. Now Derek owes almost $3,000 on card, charging him 24%. Derek starts feeling the squeeze, starts taking extra shifts, still barely keeping up with minimum payments. Then Derek's company downsizes. Derek loses job, has no savings, has debt, has bills still coming. Derek is now in quicksand. Every move makes it worse. Derek is not rare story. Derek is most Americans. And Derek's entire disaster started because he had no safety net, no emergency fund, no 6 months of protection, just nothing. One bad Tuesday started a spiral that took Derek 3 years to climb out of. 3 years of stress, bad sleep, damaged relationships, health problems from anxiety. 3 years because of no safety net. Caveman wants you to feel that, not to scare you into paralysis, to scare you into action. Now Caveman explains why most humans end up like Derek, and this is where it gets dangerous, because the reasons are not what you think. Modern humans believe people have no savings because they do not make enough money. Caveman hears this constantly. Caveman understands why you think this. But data tells different story. Americans across almost all income levels save poorly. People making $100,000 still live paycheck to paycheck. Federal Reserve data shows 40% of Americans making between $50,000 and $100,000 still cannot cover $400 emergency. This not income problem. This is behavior problem. This is knowledge problem. This is psychology problem. Caveman knows income matters. Caveman is not naive, but income alone does not create safety. Behavior creates safety. Here is truth about why savings do not happen. Modern world is built to spend your money before you save it. Every system, every app, every advertisement, every credit card offer, every buy now pay later button. Designed by very smart humans who went to very expensive schools, specifically to separate you from your money before you can save it. Caveman respects the craftsmanship while hating the purpose. These systems exploit ancient brain that Caveman understands very well, because Caveman has it too. Ancient brain wants reward now. Ancient brain does not feel future pain. Ancient brain sees shoe sale and says, get shoe. Ancient brain does not say, but future version of you needs that $40 when car breaks. Ancient brain lives in present. Savings requires thinking about future. This is war between what you feel now and what you need later. Modern marketing machine wins this war millions of times every day. And then there is something else, something Caveman thinks about often by fire at night. Modern human is trained to look successful rather than be successful. There is difference. Looking successful means nice car, nice clothes, nice apartment, nice vacations on social media. Being successful means stable, secure, options, freedom. You can look successful and be completely financially fragile. Many humans are doing this right now. Driving cars worth $30,000 with $400 in bank. Wearing shoes that cost $300 while sleeping poorly because one bad week would collapse everything. Tribe sees the shoes. Tribe does not see the bank account. And ancient brain cares very much what tribe thinks. This costs modern human everything. But hear what modern human not know. The math of having no emergency fund is far more expensive than building one. Caveman break this down now. When you have no emergency fund and emergency happens, you borrow. When you borrow on credit card at 24%, you pay far more than emergency cost. $1,000 emergency on credit card that you pay minimum payment on costs you almost $3,000 total and takes years to eliminate. One emergency becomes $3,000 problem, and while you pay that off, next emergency comes and you cannot handle it either, so you borrow again. This is how modern human ends up owing money forever. The cost of not saving is enormously higher than cost of saving. Every dollar you save in emergency fund potentially saves you $2 or $3 in future interest. Emergency fund is not just safety. It is mathematically one of highest return investments you can make. Caveman loves when safety and math agree. Now, $17,400. Where does this number come from? Caveman will show you. Most financial teachers tell Tribe to save 3 to 6 months of expenses. Caveman agrees with 6 months. Always 6 months. Here is why 3 months is not enough. Average time to find new job in America, when you lose one, is currently around 5 months, and used to be less. As economy gets more complex and more uncertain, job searches take longer. 3-month fund runs out before average person finds new job. 6-month fund gives you real runway, real options, real ability to wait for right job instead of panic taking wrong job. So 6 months, not 3. Now, average American household spending is around $2,900 per month. That is rent or mortgage, food, utilities, transportation, phone, basic necessities, not luxuries, on just keeping lights on and body fed and shelter maintained. 6 months of $2,900 is $17,400. That is the number. That is your number if you are average. Your actual number might be different. If you spend $2,000 per month, your target is $12,000. If you spend $4,000, your target is $24,000. But $17,400 is the benchmark, the landmark, the flag you plant in mountain. And when you plant that flag, everything changes. Caveman will tell you what changes, because this is not just about emergency. This is about psychology. This is about the deepest kind of freedom. When you have 6 months of expenses saved, you can look your boss in the eye differently, not with aggression, with calm. Because you know that if this job ends tomorrow, you have 6 months to figure out next step without catastrophe. That calm is power. Bosses feel it. Negotiations go better. You stop accepting disrespect because you are not desperate. Desperation is the enemy of good decisions. Financial safety kills desperation. When you have 6-month fund, you stop making fear-based decisions. Most bad financial decisions happen because of fear and desperation. taking the first job offer instead of waiting for better one, staying in bad situation because you cannot afford to leave, selling investments at market bottom because you need cash now, not negotiating salary because you are terrified of losing offer. Every one of these decisions costs you money. Every one of them happens when you have no safety net. 6-month fund eliminates most of them. When you have 6-month fund, your health improves. Caveman is not being dramatic. American Psychological Association has done surveys for many years. Financial stress is consistently #1 stressor for Americans. More than work, more than relationships, money worry. Chronic money worry increases cortisol. Chronic cortisol damages heart, damages sleep, damages immune system, damages relationships. People in financial stress get sick more often. People in financial stress have shorter lives statistically. Building emergency fund is not just financial health, it is physical health, it is relationship health, it is life health. And here is secret banks hide from you. Caveman has been waiting to say this. Banks do not benefit from you having savings. Banks benefit from you needing to borrow. Banks spend billions on marketing designed to normalize borrowing, normalize carrying balance, normalize living without savings. They call credit card freedom. They call personal loan empowerment. They make you feel sophisticated for having right credit card with right rewards points. Meanwhile, they charge you 24% interest and call it partnership. Banks are not evil in dramatic movie way. They are rational in very simple way. Your financial fragility is their profit. Your dependency is their business model. Every time you have no emergency fund and emergency strikes, bank profits. Every time you have full emergency fund, bank profits much less from you. Building emergency fund is act of financial independence. Caveman finds this motivating. Caveman hopes you do too. Now we get to the part that most money teachers skip. They tell you to save, but they do not tell you the psychology of how. They give you math without understanding ancient brain. Caveman gives you both. The reason most modern humans fail to build emergency fund, even when they want to, is timing. They do the math wrong. They say, I will save what is left at end of month. There is never anything left at end of month. Modern world is too efficient at extracting money. End of month comes, account shows near zero. Savings stays at zero every month for years. This is not weakness. This is wrong system. Correct system is what wealth teachers call pay yourself first. Caveman calls it save before ancient brain can spend. The moment money enters account, before any spending, before coffee, before rent, before Netflix, before anything, a portion moves to emergency fund automatically, in separate account, preferably account at different bank. So transfer takes couple of days and creates small friction that stops impulse withdrawal. Ancient brain cannot spend what ancient brain cannot easily reach. You engineer the environment. You do not rely on willpower. Willpower is exhausting, and it loses eventually. Systems win. Always set up automatic transfer for day after payday, even if transfer is small, even if it is $50. System is more important than size at start. Now Caveman gives you the math to show this is possible. Tribe often feels overwhelmed by $17,400 number. Caveman understands. It feels like mountain. Here is how mountain becomes steps. If you save $250 per month, you reach $17,400 in just under 6 years. Too slow. No, Caveman can do better. If you save $500 per month, you reach target in approximately 2.5 years. If you save $750, you're there in less than 2 years. And if you have any windfall, any tax refund, any bonus, any extra income, and you send it directly to emergency fund first, timeline shrinks dramatically. Average American tax refund is around $3,000. One tax refund sent directly to emergency fund instead of new TV cuts your timeline by 6 months. $3,000 sitting in emergency fund instead of depreciating on your wall. Caveman strongly prefers this choice, but Caveman knows what you are thinking. You are thinking, I do not have extra $500 per month. I am already stretched. Caveman hears this. Mom, Caveman wants you to look at spending honestly before accepting this conclusion, because most humans who feel stretched are actually spending on things that do not serve them without realizing. Not because they are careless, because modern world is expertly designed to extract without you noticing. Subscriptions. Average American has subscriptions they forgot about totaling over $200 per month. Not kidding. Streaming services from 3 years ago, gym membership, app subscriptions, free trials that became charges. Caveman says you should go through bank statement right now after this teaching and cancel everything you have not used in 30 days. This could free $50 to $150 immediately. Food spending. Average American family spends over $3,000 per year on restaurants and food delivery beyond what they spend on groceries. Caveman not saying, never eat out. Caveman saying, cooking at home 4 more nights per week and redirecting that money to emergency fund is completely realistic for most humans. Subscriptions plus food adjustment alone could easily free $250 to $350 per month for many Americans. That alone builds emergency fund in 4 years. Add tax refund, and it is faster. Add any side income, and faster still. This is not theoretical, this is arithmetic. Simple arithmetic showing that most Americans can build 6-month emergency fund without dramatic lifestyle sacrifice, with just awareness and system and patient consistency. Now Caveman reaches the big truth. The revelation that ancestors understood that modern world has made you forget. Security comes before growth. This is ancient wisdom. Caveman knows this because before Caveman could think about building better shelter, Caveman needed to know shelter would not collapse tonight. Before Tribe could think about finding new hunting grounds, Tribe needed food for today. Foundation must be solid before you build higher. Modern financial world has inverted this. Modern world tells you to invest first, to grow wealth first, to hustle for more before securing what you have. Wall Street wants you investing. Banks want you borrowing. Economy wants you spending. Nobody in that system benefits from you quietly building boring emergency fund. But your ancestors knew, your body knows, that free-floating anxiety you feel, that background hum of financial dread, that is your ancient brain telling you foundation is not solid, that you are building life on unstable ground. Emergency fund is not boring savings goal. Emergency fund is foundation of entire financial life. It is the thing that makes every other good financial decision possible. Caveman has seen this pattern hundreds of times. Modern human starts investing in stocks before having emergency fund. Market dips. Emergency hits at same time. Human must sell investments at loss to cover emergency. Emergency fund would have prevented selling. The math of having no foundation destroys the math of smart investing. Emergency fund first, always, without exception. Caveman is very firm on this. Do not invest beyond employer match on retirement account until emergency fund is complete. This is not conservative advice. This is mathematically correct sequence. And here is the deeper truth. The number itself matters less than what having it does to your mind. Caveman has spoken with humans who reach their emergency fund target and described the feeling as unexplainable to people who do not have it. One human told Caveman it felt like oxygen entering room that was slowly getting stale for years. You do not notice how anxious you were until anxiety lifts. Modern humans are carrying enormous weight of financial fragility and have normalized it so completely they do not even feel it as weight anymore, just as background of life. Reaching 6-month emergency fund lifts that weight, and when weight lifts, creativity returns, energy returns, generosity returns, better decisions cascade naturally. The $17,400 is not just money, it is mental health, it is relationship quality, it is professional confidence, it is life quality. Every dollar you add to that fund is buying you back a piece of yourself that financial anxiety was slowly consuming. Now Caveman gives you the steps. Clear, simple, no excuses after this. First step, know your number. Sit down and calculate your actual monthly essential spending, not income, not what you wish you spent, what you actually spend on necessities, rent, food, utilities, transportation, insurance, phone. Multiply by 6. That is your target. Write it somewhere you see it. Make it real, not abstract, real. Second step, open separate savings account today, not tomorrow. Today. Different bank from checking account. Caveman recommends high-yield savings account because they currently pay around 4 to 5% interest on your money while you build. Your money should be working while it waits. Many good options online. Takes 20 minutes to open. Do it today. Third step. Set automatic transfer for day after every payday. Whatever amount you can commit to without fail. Even if it is $50, automation removes willpower from equation. Automation is everything. Do not skip this step. This step is the entire strategy made real. Fourth step. Send windfalls directly to emergency fund before touching them. Tax refund, work bonus, sold old items, gift money, birthday money, side hustle income. Any money that is not your regular paycheck goes immediately to emergency fund until fund is complete. Ancient brain will want to spend windfall on reward. You must intercept windfall before ancient brain processes it. Same day it arrives, it moves to emergency fund account. Fifth step, track progress visibly and celebrate milestones. Emergency fund building takes time. Time kills motivation if you have no markers. Set milestones. First $1,000, first $3,000, halfway point. Each milestone gets small celebration, not expensive celebration. Acknowledgement. Because you are doing something genuinely hard that most Americans never do. You deserve recognition, even if only from yourself. Caveman has taught you truth today. Real truth, not complicated, not requiring expensive advisor or complicated investment strategy, requiring only clarity and consistency. The humans who have 6-month emergency fund are not smarter than you, not luckier than you. They simply decided that foundation mattered. They chose security over appearance. They paid future self before present enjoyment. And now they sleep differently. They breathe differently. They live differently. You know what changes after $17,400. Everything. Caveman told you at start. Caveman meant it completely. Now you choose. You can finish this and go back to old way. No safety net. No foundation. Hoping bad Tuesday never comes. Or you can open that savings account today. Set that automatic transfer today. Start building the foundation that makes rest of financial life possible. Caveman built fire for Tribe tonight. Tribe must decide to sit by it or walk back into cold dark. Caveman knows which you will choose. Caveman has seen Tribe before. Tribe that watches this and takes action is different Tribe, stronger Tribe, Tribe that builds, not just survives. Comment below with your emergency fund goal number, your 6 months times your monthly expenses. Write it, make it real in the world. Tribe learns from each other. Tribe gets stronger together. And if Caveman wisdom helped you tonight, join the tribe. Subscribe, because next fire, Caveman teaches what comes after the emergency fund, what to build on the foundation, and it is very good. Tribe will want to be there. Caveman will be waiting.